Okay, so you want to own a coffee cart. Buy an espresso machine, build a wooden counter, park it beside an office building, and sell $6 lattes to people who have been awake for 9 minutes and already hate their inbox. Compared with opening a full cafe, it sounds almost suspiciously easy. No dining room, no expensive storefront, no customer occupying a table for 4 hours after buying one small drip coffee. Just you, the cart, and a line of caffeine-dependent Americans. And there are plenty of them. 2/3 of American adults drink coffee every day, and the average coffee drinker consumes around 3 cups. Specialty coffee is also becoming more popular, so customers are increasingly willing to pay for espresso drinks, alternative milk, seasonal syrups, and beverages with names long enough to require their own receipt. But a coffee cart is not simply a smaller cafe. It is a different business. A cafe pays heavily for permanent space and hopes customers come to it. A cart avoids most of that rent, but must earn the right to stand where customers already are. Your most important asset is not the espresso machine. It is permission to place that machine in front of people at exactly the moment they want coffee. A basic mobile setup can be assembled for roughly $7,500 to $15,000, while a professional espresso cart commonly lands closer to $15,000 to $25,000. A custom build with commercial equipment, refrigeration, plumbing, battery power, and premium branding can push beyond $30,000. That is dramatically cheaper than opening a traditional cafe, but it is not exactly the price of a folding table and a hopeful personality. Power and water create the first trap. Many commercial machines require more electricity than an ordinary outlet can provide. If a venue gives you one plug and the wedding DJ has claimed it, your business model becomes a polite argument beside a flower arrangement. Battery systems solve the problem, but add cost and weight. Fresh water must be carried in, wastewater carried out, and local rules may require approved tanks, sinks, or access to a commissary. Permitting depends heavily on the city. Los Angeles County currently lists annual compact mobile food operation fees from $126 to $299. In New York City, the vending license and required course total $103, but the operating permit is separate. A cheap license does not automatically give you a valuable place to sell. And location determines almost everything. A cart beside a hospital entrance, college campus, office tower, convention center, or commuter station can process a concentrated rush without paying for a retail lease. The same cart 50 yards away behind a planter can spend the day serving nobody except the owner, who is now extremely well caffeinated. This is why operators negotiate with property managers, offices, apartment buildings, farmers markets, schools, hotels, dealerships, and event organizers. Some charge a daily fee, others take a percentage of sales. Some allow the cart to operate free because it improves the experience for tenants. The best location is where customers appear consistently and the property owner does not quietly eat the entire margin. Now look at the drink itself. Suppose you sell a latte for $6. A double shot, using 18 grams of coffee, costs about 48 cents if beans cost roughly $12 per pound wholesale. Milk may add 30 to 50 cents. Add syrup, cup, lid, sleeve, napkin, and waste, and the direct cost may land around $1.25 to $1.60. That leaves a product margin of roughly 75% before labor, card fees, location fees, insurance, fuel, maintenance, permits, and the drink you remake because someone ordered it iced, watched you make it iced, and then explained that they had imagined it hot. Card processing matters. Square's standard U.S. in-person rate is currently 2.6% plus 15 cents. On a $6 sale, that is about 31 cents. Across thousands of transactions, the fees become real money. This is why pastries, extra shots, and paid flavor upgrades matter. Raising the average ticket from $6 to $8 creates more revenue without requiring another customer. Speed is the next constraint. One skilled barista may produce 30 to 40 espresso drinks per hour. With a simple menu and a second person handling orders, a strong event setup may serve 50 to 100. But every modification slows the line. 5 milk choices, 7 syrups, 3 temperatures, and a customer asking which drink feels the most productive can turn a profitable rush into congestion economics. A smart menu is therefore small. Espresso, Americano, latte, cappuccino, cold brew, perhaps 2 signature drinks, and a few add-ons. The goal is not to make everything. The goal is to serve enough drinks quickly enough that the line looks popular rather than legally permanent. Now let us build a realistic model. Assume an average ticket of $6.50 and 120 transactions during a 5-hour service window. That produces $780 in daily revenue. Operate 250 days per year, and annual sales reach $195,000. If ingredients and packaging consume 28%, card processing takes 3%, location fees average 10%, and transportation, insurance, software, maintenance, permits, and marketing consume another 10%, roughly half the revenue remains before labor and owner compensation. If the owner works with one part-time employee, the numbers can look attractive. Pay that employee $18 per hour for 6 hours, add payroll costs, and the true daily labor expense may approach $125 to $140. Under this model, the cart could generate roughly $250 to $300 per operating day before debt, taxes, and the owner's wage. Across 250 days, that is around $62,500 to $75,000. But if the owner spends 10 hours preparing, driving, serving, cleaning, and doing paperwork, much of that money is compensation for a demanding job, not profit from an investment. Calling all of it profit is like calling your salary passive income because you occasionally sit down. Hire someone else to run it, however, and $35,000 to $55,000 can disappear from the annual result quickly. The cart may still make money, but the owner has moved from buying themselves a job to owning an operation. That is the real test of scale. The strongest carts combine daily retail with private catering. A company, wedding couple, conference organizer, or brand pays a minimum fee for unlimited service during a fixed period. Current advertised packages across U.S. markets range from roughly $500 to more than $2,500, depending on city, guest count, staffing, and service time. One operator advertises $750 for up to 100 guests over 2 hours, while higher-cost markets can exceed $1,800. Catering changes the risk. At a street location, you wake up hoping enough customers appear. At a booked event, the revenue is agreed before the cart leaves storage. A $1,200 corporate booking may require only a few $100s in ingredients, labor, and transportation, so the margin can be excellent. The problem is that events do not occur every morning. You must sell them, schedule them, travel to them, and survive the quiet months. Seasonality can be brutal. Hot coffee sells beautifully on cold mornings. Iced drinks help during summer, but rain destroys walk-up traffic, and snow can eliminate it completely. A cart may be mobile, but it cannot move the storm. Equipment failure is another concentrated risk. A cart may depend on one machine, one grinder, one water pump, and one battery system. If any one fails, the business can stop immediately. Maintenance reserves are not optional. Neither are spare connectors, a backup grinder, and enough towels to absorb the small indoor lake created when a hose fitting decides it has completed its career. So is a coffee cart a good business? It can be. The startup cost is much lower than a cafe, the product margins are strong, and the cart can follow demand rather than waiting behind an expensive storefront. A disciplined owner who secures recurring office locations, keeps the menu fast, builds a reliable catering calendar, and works personally may recover an initial investment of $20,000 to $30,000 within 1 or 2 strong years. But the cart is not automatically profitable because it is small. It removes the cost of a permanent building and replaces it with permits, access agreements, weather, transportation, power, water, storage, equipment risk, and a daily search for concentrated demand. The business does not win by making the world's greatest latte in an empty parking lot. It wins by producing a very good latte quickly, repeatedly, in the exact place where 200 tired people are already walking past. That is the economics of owning a coffee cart. You are renting tiny pieces of people's morning routine, one $6 transaction at a time. When location, speed, pricing, and the event calendar work together, a little cart can produce the revenue of a small cafe without carrying an entire building on its back. Just remember that it has wheels for a reason. If customers are not coming to you, the business depends on your ability to go find them.